Hello Dreamers, welcome to the inspiration for the Wild West Wonders. I had absolutely no inspiration for this. I'm not very happy with the shot that I ended up with. I wanted to do a train heist. I don't think it comes through the page at all. I think it looks like Scrooge just decided to give away some of his treasures to some sketchy looking individuals on the horses. But maybe that's the point. Maybe in this parallel universe, when Scrooge gets robbed, he just decides to give out all of his money. Actually, if you have seen DuckTales, there was an episode where Scrooge bought an old chest on the auction, and it had a perfume in it that if you spray it on yourself, you want to give away all your money. That was a hilarious episode, and maybe that's exactly what's going on here. Anyway, I'll be happy if I get 2,500 for this. Don't think it's going to do well, which means I'm probably going to get my best result of all times. We'll see how this goes, but for now, let's see some actually good submissions for the Wild West Wonders from our community. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more DISNEY Dreamlight Valley, and let's do this. We got Jennifer MM94. We are in the middle of the town. Now, what does make a good Wild West shot? Number one is the outfit. You want to be wearing some leather, you want to be wearing some boots, you want to be wearing basically the cowboy outfits, maybe. The new dress is, I guess, supposed to be Wild West, but I feel like it's not, it's not going to be instantly recognized as a Wild West, says the guy who actually used the dress, because I just really like how it looks. But I think you can come up with an outfit that looks more like a Wild West outfit than that dress. So something like this, I think, would be much safer to use this week than the dress, because it just looks more like a cowboy, which is probably what more people are going to associate with Wild West than the dress that we got this week. That being said, I really like this composition. Basically, you just need to add some sunlit plateau grass around the area, some boxes, some wooden chairs, some West-style buildings, which in this case, I think these are regular buildings. It's just because you don't show the entire building and the rest of the items just hint on the Wild West, it works. It works really great. I really love this shot. I think you're going to do great. We got Angie. Look at that. Flynn. Flynn is actually perfect because for his pose, the wanted poster is just so fitting to this theme. Also, holding a new goose is not a bad pose to do. This house also does actually fit the aesthetic. Very good choice. I feel like if you want to go safe this week, you probably want to make a character that looks like a cowboy or wearing the new dress, either holding a goose or just having some kind of a close-up with a background that looks like Wild West, like some sort of a desert, or like stuff like cactuses, wooden structures, stuff like this. And I think you're gonna get 4K or close to 4K, and I think the shot is gonna do well. Well done. Now, if you want to go a little bit risky, you can do what Lexi D did, which is, by the way, I think if there was ever a time to do a black and white shot, it's probably going to be this week. But I would still consider it very risky, especially in the current climate. I would be very interested in seeing the results and seeing if any black and white shot made it into like super high ranks. I think it's possible to get 4K with a black and white shot, but I would be honestly very surprised if any black and white shots make it into the top 1,000. I hope I'm wrong, and I'm not saying this because I agree with this. I completely disagree. I think using a filter like this actually gives it this old-timey feel and makes it even more in theme. But unfortunately, it doesn't. All of the history of DreamSnap results seems to not favor black and white shot, no matter what the theme is. It's very unfortunate. I think the shot looks fantastic. And I think you are showing off the vibe of the Wild West really well. So I think you're going to get 4K. I'm really hoping you are. And very nice way to do an outside-of-the-box shot. TJ Games. Oh, wow. Now that's a shot. You made a whole town. And this looks like, first of all, sick pose. Great way to frame the shot. The tilt just does so much for this shot. And basically you have... this is how you turn the town into the Wild West town. You just add some cacti, some of these trees, solid plateau trees like this one and this one, some wooden stuff, and some horses if you have Wish Blossom Ranch, and just like that, you got yourself a Wild West. Also, your outfit is sick. This cowboy looks very interesting. He's wearing a jacket. Do cowboys wear this kind of jacket? Is that like some kind of a fashion that I missed? I thought they wear like leather jackets and stuff. This is interesting though. And green tie. Wait, a tie? This is one very strange cowboy, but it kind of fits the aesthetic of the city because I feel like it almost feels like a modern take on cowboys and Wild West. And I think you're pulling this off perfectly. So I would be surprised if this doesn't do well. Oh, this is good. If you do have Wish Blossom Ranch, it's a perfect challenge to use horses. You don't have to ride one, but having one or two in a shot is actually very on theme. So that's a good idea. Also, wow, this is one of the best lightings I've seen with the sun behind the camera. Really great framing. You got a Woody inside a bunch of rope. That is always great. The rope is a cool item to put down. A horse with a carriage makes perfect sense. And train tracks. This looks like a train station. And maybe Flynn is trying to skip town because he found himself on a wanted poster. Yeah, this is a really good idea. I really like the lighting too. The glint on the pickaxe. It looks amazing. Wow, this shot is absolute masterpiece. I wouldn't be surprised if this is top 100. We got Moa Alstrom, I think. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm gonna be honest here. This does not give me Wild West vibes. It gives me more of a fairy tale vibes. It's a beautiful looking shot. I see what you went for. Your outfit does make sense, but the horse looks like straight from the fairy tale. It just... I feel like for the Wild West snap, you gotta go a little bit more rugged, a little bit, basically as far from fairy tale as you can get, more to like a real life, less green, unless that green is a cactus or specific trees that actually match the vibe. This feels to me like a fairy tale village, a beautiful village, but yet it's not really on theme. So I would probably rethink this one and save this shot for a different challenge. Oh, wow, this is unique. We got Rachel. And Rachel, you captured Woody. You're a sheriff. Wait, if you're a sheriff... Oh, wait, is Woody a sheriff? So Woody is a sheriff and he tried to capture this criminal, but instead he captured himself. Let's be honest, Woody is not capturing anybody. He is small. I know, you probably didn't notice, but he is very small and the thief is very big. So even if he tries to tie this rope around the thief, that's just not going to work. So this is very accurate. This is exactly what would happen if Woody were the sheriff in town. So thank you for showing a very accurate version of events. Also, just love the idea that there is idea behind the shot. I really hope it does well. It's very well executed. Oh my god. Caddy Zax. Still not sure. Sepia or color. This is one of those rare cases where I don't think it's risky to go black and white. You're saying you're still not sure. Sepia or color. Well, let's see the color. Oh, we have 3 different versions. Oh, this is interesting. Valley Spotlight. I have never seen anybody actually use this motif. This is how you do it. This is how you do a Dreamlight Gazette Valley Spotlight. This is so creative. Wow. Honestly, this is extremely risky. Probably not going to do well. But this gives me an idea for a Star Snap challenge where you just have to make Dreamlight Gazette Valley Spotlight. How does that sound for a challenge? Then we have version 2, which is in color. It looks wonderful. It looks great. I think this would do really well. And then we have this masterpiece, a nice saloon indoor submission, which is very interesting. But the way you did the lighting in here, it's so flawless. And it was done specifically for a black and white shot. This would probably feel overexposed in color, but the way it looks in black and white, it just looks like a perfect old-fashioned photograph. You can see every single detail perfectly fine. This shot was made for black and white. If you were to ask me, I would vote for this one. 100%. It's just so unique, and I think it's not as risky as potentially, for example, making this shot black and white would be very risky, but here you just made sure that everything just separates well. There's no like objects in front of each other that would look the same in sepia, so the colors would blend. In your case, I can literally pick out every single detail in the shot, and this is the most difficult thing about making black and white shot, and you absolutely nailed it. This is great. I would go with this. Ooh, this is interesting. We got press X for Xavier. And this one it feels like it mixes two styles. It feels a little bit of a jungle feel, jungle or a beach. I think it's more of a beach, mixed with Wild West, which is actually not a bad idea. It's gonna help it stand out, but it still feels on theme, so it's not gonna be voted against just purely because people don't find like it's on theme. So I think you found a great balance. Incredible job here. I love the colors. It feels like a more vibrant version, a more modern, beachy, vibrant version of the Wild West, and I'm digging it very hard. This is great. Oh my. We got Chocola, and this is very interesting shot. We're not in the city, and is this gold? Okay, this has to be a story here. Well, there's no story in the comments, but I'm guessing that you're a thief who has a horse and a did you rob this carriage? It says sheriff on the bottom, so did sheriff come to get you arrested and get all of your loot? This looks like a lair, like where this thief lives by the waterfall. By the way, great view. But yeah, this is definitely different, and I like it. The outfit is so spot on. The horse in there, all of the items to signal the west. Having Woody in your shot is a very good idea too. Yeah, this is great. This is great stuff. Grim Vortex. Since this week is Wild West themed, did a Wild West tavern. Haven't done an indoor shot since Christmas Dreamsnaps. That is a good idea. Actually, that is a very good idea because indoor shots technically should be fine now because the tags are no issue anymore. But I feel like we got used to doing outdoor shots so much and having all the control over lighting, over angles, over background, that indoor shots, even though the tags are no longer an issue, it still feels wrong. At least for me. Like, I kind of want to do indoor shot, but then I'm thinking, like, but why would I? What are the benefits? The only benefit of doing indoor shot is be able to use all of these indoor-only items, wall items, having stuff like paintings on the walls, maybe a window. I guess those are the only things. It's very difficult to get the characters indoors, especially a lot of the characters. Here, I'm guessing you just put one of the summoning items that go indoors, like the table from the Cheshire Cat or the table from Alice, and just summoned a bunch of random villagers. It's a good selection here. Yeah, you definitely nailed the saloon vibe. I would maybe add a little couple things on the foreground just to blend it a little bit more into the edge, the bottom edge. But yeah, this is really good. I definitely feel the saloon vibes. We got LC. Not sure if I'm going to stick with this one. Maybe I'll go with an outside snap. I think it's great. We got another indoor tavern/saloon shot. I think this one is really nice because the positioning of all the characters is spot on. It almost feels a little bit too spot on. Like, I feel like if it was a natural shot of a tavern, people would be just doing something, not just all looking in the camera, unless you just ask them to look in the camera. Gaston is absolutely perfect on the back there. And Flynn just doesn't understand why. Why did they do his nose like that? Now that I'm looking at the shot, I feel like it's not just nose. They didn't get anything right. They didn't get his mouth right, his eyes. What did they get right? I guess they did get his hair kind of right, maybe. I don't know, it's up to you. You already put so much effort into this beautiful tavern scene. if you have time and desire to do an outdoor shot, you can always do that and then compare and see which one you like more. But I think this is going to do great. I really like it. Oh my god, serendipity. Now that is incredible. You made a prison cell with lampposts. I've never seen this before, but yeah. Gaston is, I'm guessing, a sheriff, and he caught a thief and put him in cage or in jail. That is so good. That is so creative and so good. And it does have the Wild West. Like, you managed to execute a very complex out-of-the-box shot while still making it feel really on theme. This is just the best of both worlds, and I really hope it pays off. This is genius. We got Dara. Based on some feedback, I changed the Trough to the non-winter looking one and decided to ride the horse. With Pluto positioned perfectly at my side, it seemed appropriate to add Max. I don't like how Daisy looked, but so be it. There's a few motifs hanging about. Can you find them all? All right, let's see. I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, I see 4, and I see 5. I found them all. What do I get? I would like a cookie, please. Thank you. Well, the Pluto is almost feels like he's about to get trampled. Actually, no. Max is the one who's about to get trampled by the horse. But it is kind of cool how they're interacting together. I think Daisy looks great here. It is quite colorful, which may be a little bit risky, but I feel like it still gives enough Wild West vibes to hopefully do well. It has a horse, it has a great composition. I guess they did have like flower shops and flower gardens in the Wild West, right? So maybe it's accurate. But it's also DISNEY Dreamlight Valley, so as long as you can add some flowers and some colors, you're gonna do great. Even in themes like Wild West, as long as you can still feel the vibe that the theme dictates. We're gonna end this inspiration video on a shot by Nyx. This drew my attention immediately. This is the shot that actually encapsulates wild in Wild West so well. I don't know why this made me so happy, but the sun reflection on these mud trails, it just made me so happy. It sent shivers down my spine. I don't know why. It's just such a cool touch. The wind just shows what this is literally one of those movies where two guys are about to take like 10 steps away from each other and then shoot each other at 3. And then one of them shoots the other one at 2, and somehow they win and they're hero. Even though they cheated. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, this encapsulates that vibe so well. It's a sundown, it's an old town, and something about to go down. My god, I just rhymed. That was on purpose. This is how inspired the shot made me feel. So good. The character with the hair flip too. My god. This is top 10 shot. Absolutely stunning, Nyx. Alright guys, on this note, we're gonna end this inspiration video. Hope you got inspired. Hope you got some ideas for your own shots. For me personally, I don't know. I've just, I guess, never been that much into cowboys and Wild West movies, so I really struggled with this challenge. It was, I think we had a similar challenge before where we had like West vibes, but that was a while ago, and I struggled with that one too, so hopefully the next one, probably going to have to do something with April Fools, because it's going to be April Fools next Wednesday. And I'm looking forward to playing pranks on my favorite character, Donald Duck. For some reason, he always gets angry when I play prank on him, so it's going to be easy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and goodbye.
Oh, nice day we're having, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. Woohoo!
Amazing. Gotta tell you, it is really beautiful here. Hey, nice to see you.
Oh, hello.
Are you seeing this?
Oh.